Can you believe that it's almost the end of the school year? Wow! Can you believe that we have a great Sunday school who gathered to celebrate today all that they've learned in this past year? Wow! Can you believe that we're still learning? I want you to focus in on that idea by listening and looking at a song. Turn your eyes to the screen, Jake.
Never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop seeking the brightest star, never stop moving from where you are, never stop trying, never stop reaching, never stop doing what you can do, never stop growing your whole life through. Children are the only ones who should learn and grow. All of us have so much to learn. There's so much that we could know. Never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop seeking the brightest star, never stop looking from where you are, never stop trying, never stop reaching, never stop doing what you can do. Keep yourself growing your whole life through. What we learn is never stop learning, never stop moving, never stop moving, never stop moving, never stop learning, never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop growing, never stop seeking the brightest star, never stop looking from where you are, never stop trying, never stop growing, never stop reaching, never stop reaching, never stop doing what you can do. Keep yourself growing your whole
Never stop learning. A message for all of us, no matter our age or stage in life. As the Apostle Paul says to us today, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds. We renew our minds for all kinds of different reasons. It may be to keep up with current events. It may be to pass a test or write a paper. It may be to have fun with things like crosswords or Sudoku or video games. Or maybe we renew our minds to keep sharp with a mental challenge. Maybe it's to learn how to do something new or to learn about a subject of interest. Maybe it's to learn to do a project or work for a cause. In the world of Google, we can learn instantly. Last Sunday for Mother's Day, we gave my almost 92-year-old mother a potted flower. Now there's nothing unusual about that. few flowers, but this one was different. I don't know what it was, but it was interesting and it was pretty. And the card on the plant had a scientific name, but no other name. And my mother loved it, and she said, of course, "What is it?" And I said, "No clue, but have fun and enjoy it." Well, before Rick and I even arrived home that same day, my mom had emailed us back with the common name for the flower that she had looked up on the internet. Never stop learning. We never stop learning, even by observing God's creation and the world in which we live. We learn as we pay attention to the people and the places we encounter. As the Apostle Paul speaks to us today, he adds an additional reason to never stop learning. He goes on to say it again. "Be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." Now here, that Paul is not saying to renew your minds so that you may be perfect. What he is saying is to renew your minds so that you may discern what is the will or vision of God for you. What God has in mind for you. What God is calling you to do and be. It's a call for a new way of thinking. Thinking about how we live and learn as faithful people. Wrapping our minds around what we do day to day in our lives that expresses God's will or God's vision as Christian people, as disciples of Jesus. We are here today as the community of faith. And as disciples of Jesus, we never stop learning. And we never stop living out what we experience and implement and live together as God's vision for us in our world. Remember our mission here at Silver Lake United Methodist Church? We said it just a few minutes ago. We are an E3 congregation. Embrace God, engage in study, worship, and service, extend the love of Christ to all. We know that as disciples of Jesus Christ, we have the opportunity to make a difference in the world in which we live. And we do that when we are not conformed to this world, but renew our minds daily. Today is graduation Sunday here at church. It is graduation day for our high school. It is graduation season for our family and friends in many places. We call it graduation, but really, it is commencement. If you look on your invitation, it says commencement today. Commencement. Think about that word. A time of commencing. Don't you love it when they use the same word to define a word? But to commence means to begin, to make a new beginning, to act, to be, to move forward. So it is a time of commencement for our students. It's a beginning of all kinds of new adventures that happen after graduation or moving to the next opportunity. It's a time of dreaming, creating a vision, and through our visions, we are all gifted to make a difference. It's also a time of commencement for parents, those whose family patterns will change when a child leaves home, perhaps leaving the nest empty. It's also a time of change for families when different students move to different grades and maybe even different schools. It's also a time of commencement for brothers and sisters who may not have a sibling under the same roof with them to do things with them. Commencement is a new beginning. And when we commence to take on new opportunities, new ways of life, we are indeed lifelong learners. And that goes for us here at church too. As the body of Christ, we learn every day how we live and serve as disciples. How to be the church in new and vital ways. How to listen for and discern God's will and God's call for us in our lives here. And how we serve beyond these walls according to God's vision and mission for us. We renew our minds and our practices when we share our ministry with others. So for today, and for every day, first of all, celebrate. Celebrate new beginnings as you graduate or as you are promoted or as you take on a new chapter in your life or as we grow together here in our vision and service as the church. And in the midst of all that celebration, remember to keep your eyes and your ears and your hearts and your minds open. Open to the love and grace of God that guides and surrounds us every single day. For with God with us today and every day, we will never stop learning. Thanks be to God. Amen.